True.
Don't forget about Agatha.
I never could.
Let's see. Let's see. Spider. I bet. I bet. Bam. That's the color code for. All right. There we go. That'd be so funny. As you can see, crop my entire face off. It'll be like a whole blur right here. Damn, they're not the same code. It doesn't match. Avengers. Oh, sure. Let's talk about Avengers. Um. So where's Bucky?
Team takedown.
Man,
Hell yeah.
that's another slumber right there.
Woo.
You want to be a statue?
Lucius.
You want to be a statue?
No. No. I just found something cool.
All right. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? This is SlipShock, and this morning, we're still gonna start like 30 minutes. We're gonna talk a little bit, so that way when I download this part will be, out. I could just, put the entire game thing, but I kind of just want to chill for a little bit, get myself into it. We're gonna listen to some little Am I the Jerk, 10 minutes ago. Love it.
An entitled flight attendant kicks me off of the plane, claiming that I wasn't actually a doctor when they called asking for one. And despite the fact that I saved a patient's life on the plane, I am removed from the plane by police presence under the false accusation that I was impersonating being a doctor, with this eventually leading to months worth of litigation as well as lawsuits. Here's what happened. So for some background to begin with, I'm a doctor. This event happened a few years ago when I was a junior doctor. I was so shiny you could use me for a shaving mirror. I also had a career before I did medicine, so I was about 30 years old when this happened. I had been a doctor for about 8 months, and I was going on a trip with an airline that has this weird obsession with putting pictures of kangaroos everywhere. And this was with my then fiance and some of our friends going on a trip to Bali. The plane had just taken off, maybe 15 minutes in the air, when the flight crew say over the intercom the words that every doctor dreads to hear on a plane. They asked if there was a doctor on board. After looking around and seeing that no one else was getting up, I reluctantly head forward to the crew area to introduce myself. Looking very grateful for my presence, a flight attendant shows me to where the passenger in question is sitting. I walk up to a man who looks half alive. Thankfully, he has a medic alert bracelet and is still conscious enough to tell me exactly what's going on. He has Addison's disease, which is an autoimmune disease affecting the adrenal glands, and he feels like he is having an adrenal crisis. Basically, he is in shock due to a lack of hormones that the adrenal gland secretes, which is big trouble. You can pass away in a few hours if untreated. Now, this is normally managed initially by a hydrocortisone injection, followed by several days of care in the nearest hospital. Unfortunately, he did not have the right documentation to be able to bring his auto injector onto the plane, so instead it's in his checked luggage. This is not good. So I tell the flight attendant to inform the pilot that we need to get this man to a hospital as soon as humanly possible. Another flight attendant was in the process of talking to an on-call medical advice service that airlines use for such emergencies, and the doctor on the other end agrees with my assessment. The plane turns around, heading back to the airport that we just came from. I have a conversation with the on-call service, and they were amazing people. I wish I found out the name of the organization so I could shout them out in some kind of way. A boring doctor conversation happens. I get given a plan for the patient on the plane, and honestly, I felt awesome about about it. The aircraft had a surprisingly well-stocked first aid kit on board, so I began administering fluids to my new patient while all of this is happening. As I am doing so, a woman comes up and introduces herself as a nurse, showing me her work badge. Don't ask me why she had one on the plane. I honestly have no idea. Great, the extra set of experienced hands will be useful. I ask her to start the fluids once I get a line inserted in the patient, and then recheck his vitals in a few minutes to see how he is responding. The flight attendant who initially took me to the patient then tells me that the nurse should be able to handle it from here, and that she would like me to return to my seat. Okay, that's weird. Her demeanor is a bit off, but I never noticed at the time. But there is nothing else I can do for the guy with onboard resources. We don't have the medicine he needs, and the nurse was perfectly happy to sit with him and alert me if anything goes downhill. So I go back to my seat, I have done a good job, and honestly, that's not a bad thing for such a shiny new doctor. Fast forward 20 minutes, and the plane has landed again, and we appear to have gone to an empty gate somewhere away from the main terminals. The same flight attendant comes up and asked if I could please go and speak to the paramedics at the front of the plane as they board. So I say, sure thing. So I head up to the front of the plane where I'm met by two very serious looking police officers. They say to me, "Sir, would you mind stepping off the plane for a moment? We would like to have a chat with you." I think to myself, uh-oh, what did I do? I of course comply and I step off the plane, after which I'm taken about 2 minutes away from the plane and put in an office. They say to me, "Are you aware that impersonating a doctor is a serious offense?" I then ask what this is all about, and I am told that the cabin crew called ahead to say that a medical student impersonating a doctor was treating a patient on board the
Bro,
aircraft.
what?
They ask for my ID and any documentation that I can provide to prove that yes, I am a doctor, which is a slight problem. While I can provide my registration number, which every doctor in my country has one, and it can be looked up by an individual registry online, my passport, my wallet, my ID, everything is in my carry-on bag under my fiance's seat. One officer steps out to talk to someone, and I assume they're going to get my carry-on off the plane, while the other officer continues to talk to me. I later found out that the nurse who helped me vaguely recognized me from somewhere. I had been on placement at her hospital as a medical student the year before, and she told the flight attendant that she thought I was a medical student. Rather than talk to me about it, they assumed the nurse was right. Remember, I am 30 years old and I look like it, and they then took the steps to separate me from the patient. I was so focused on the patient that I never noticed the change in body language from the cabin crew, or really took notice of the oddity of asking me back to my seat. Then again later, they lied to me to get me to exit the plane quietly. The officer who had stepped out came back after what felt like an hour or so, and through police magic, was somehow able to verify who I was and that I was actually a doctor, which is really good. I was halfway doubting myself for a minute there, but they hadn't thought to speak to the airline about all of my belongings. They let me go and take me back to where the plane was. The only problem was that the plane wasn't there. They had refueled and taken off again.
Bro, what?
So now I'm stuck in an airport on the wrong side of passport control without any form of identification, no home key, no money, no phone, nothing. I hadn't even been able to speak to my then fiance or any of my friends, so they had no idea what was going on. I had just vanished from their perspective, and no one would answer their questions throughout the entire flight, or even after they landed. The airline I was flying with also had the gall to try and deny any wrongdoing. They refused to transfer me to another flight as I was asked to leave the plane, so I must have been in the wrong, and so they did not want a disruptive passenger on board one of their aircrafts. And oh yeah, I had no passport with me. As far as they were concerned, I should just go away and leave them well alone. They even tried to prevent me from using their phone to call somebody for help. I ended up having to borrow the phone of one of the now very helpful police officers just to call my now father-in-law to come and pick me up. I had to stay with them for a week without any clothes or toiletries until my wife got back with all my stuff because I didn't have a key to get into my apartment. Thankfully, I managed to contact her after she landed, so she at least knew that I was safe, but she stayed with our friends and enjoyed her holiday. No sense in both of us being stuck at home. They even tagged me in all of the photos of them over there. In the end, I managed to win a claim through small claims court, but it took an awfully long time to process. I got my money back with a small amount of damages. Throughout the entire experience, despite witness statements from other passengers, the airline still adamantly refused to admit that they had done anything wrong. There is still ongoing litigation, which I am oh so looking forward to, to, so I will not be directly naming the airline that is totally not easy to find with a quick Google search. Nowadays, I try to get some alcohol in my system as soon as possible once I board a plane, so that I can refuse to assist due to being impaired. Also, I'll never fly that airline ever again. That is honestly insane to me. The cabin crew, as well as everybody who said this guy isn't a doctor, are absolute morons. Like, seriously, you have a patient here who is obviously sick and could seriously be injured if they don't get the help they need. Who in their right mind would volunteer and be like, I'm a doctor, bring me up there? Like, no one's gonna actually do that. And the fact that they thought this guy was faking it simply because of his age is honestly disgusting. The original poster goes on to say that he eventually settled in court with a much heftier lawsuit that forced this airline to write a written apology to him, which is something he wanted from the beginning.
Ooh,
I mean, just
that's
think about the
cool.
circumstances that they put this guy in. He was stuck at the airport with none of his belongings. All of his stuff, even his passport, all of it was taken away from him. And the cabin crew even lied to him just to get him off the plane, and then they bounce out of there after refueling the plane. I mean, this is seriously crazy to me. And this shows a distinct lack of customer service that is seriously just mind-boggling to me. And the guy who was sick even had a full recovery, and he was really happy that this guy was there to help him out. Also,
would be
that
too.
nurse was a complete jerk as well. She literally just assumed, oh, it's clearly a medical student. Like, didn't you think for a second that maybe he graduated? Maybe he became an actual full-fledged doctor, and that's why he came up to the front of the plane? Like, you literally threw him under the bus for no reason. But overall, I am so glad this worked out in the original poster's favor, because the way he was treated was honestly so disgusting, and he deserved every kind of apology and settlement that this airline could possibly give him. If you like Am I the Jerk, you're probably going to love Am I the Genius. Check it out, link down below in the description. My manager tried to convince me to lie to the Department of Labor just to try and hide all the shady things they've been doing at the restaurant I work at. But instead, I decided to tell the truth. And now I'm not sure if my job is on the line, and at this point, I seriously don't know what to do. So the restaurant I work at is currently being investigated by the Department of Labor due to an employee who recently left, filing a complaint of unpaid wages. Management asked me to lie about some things, but I told the truth. I just want to make sure I didn't break some unwritten code of restaurants by telling the Department of Labor the truth. Now, this employee is a very hard worker, dedicated a lot to the restaurant, and brought a lot of sales through their talent and their customer service skills. They were pretty vocal about how unhappy they were with management and their labor practices. I and the rest of the staff know that management do some shady things, especially when it comes to our pay and our tips. But at the time I got hired, I desperately needed a job that would allow me to focus on school while also paying my rent. So I was willing to overlook it just to make ends meet. For some background about the restaurant, it is small and it's family owned, and we've been understaffed for the past 5 months. While it is the type of restaurant to have a chill vibe, both myself and the employee were doing the work of 2 people during our shifts, since it would only be us taking care of things. Rarely would we actually get breaks, since we would have to work through them, and yet we would still have to clock out for them. Now, I'm not sure if I would still get paid for the 30 minutes to an hour that I would be clocked out for, but I always felt like my paychecks didn't reflect the hours that I worked. Management also does mess things up and does illegal things with our tips and overtime pay, but I was so focused on school this past semester, I did not have the energy to bring it up. Before my interview with the investigator, management asked me to lie about the number of staff that worked here, and if asked, I should conceal specific employees. But you know what? I told the investigator the truth. If management is underpaying the former employee, they are also probably underpaying everybody, especially the employee they specifically asked me to lie about. I know the information I give to the investigator is supposed to be confidential, but I totally forgot that the cameras have audio and that management probably knows everything I said, since I had a very off-putting conversation with my manager since the interview. I don't care about getting a big paycheck. I just don't want to be involved in any wage or labor violations, especially towards these specific employees I was asked to conceal. We are in a very high cost of living area, and I find it so messed up that they are messing with our pay when things are so tough out here. Does anyone have any advice on how to navigate this situation? I am looking for a new job, but I'm not able to quit right away. What should I do? You did the right thing by telling the truth. First off, you need to understand you don't owe your boss anything. They literally asked you to lie to the Department of Labor. Like, seriously, these people are sketchy. And it's really funny that it's a small family-owned business.
It should be like a 10-minute subscriber thing that does
happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen
keep
at
me
like
safe.
large chains or anything like
What's
that.
up,
But from my own
Onyx?
personal
How you doing,
experience,
man? Obviously, you can't talk to me right now. Trying to mod you, but you can't talk. I do it from here. I hate YouTube in that aspect. I really do. They're like, oh yeah, better over here. I can't mod anybody unless they talk in the chat.
it kind of relates to what you've been through. And that's not fair at all. You are literally just trying to make ends meet, and these people are trying to save face and asking you to lie for them. And it's probably smart that you get another job, because the owner of this restaurant absolutely does not care about your well-being. Instead, they would try to convince you to commit a federal crime by lying to a federal agency or department. Like, seriously, these people suck, and you deserve so much better out of an employer. So hopefully you're able to find something fast, because these people that you work for are super sketchy, and they absolutely deserve what's about to come their way. Am I the jerk for wanting to sell my house and move into a place of my own? And this all being without my boyfriend, who is dragging his feet on proposing and potentially buying a place with me of our own. Here's what happened. So my boyfriend and I have been dating for almost 2 years. We have been talking about getting engaged for months now and started to look for a place together. He has constantly been telling me that he's going to propose and even got me to look at engagement rings together, and has been saying he's going to talk to my dad to ask for my hand in marriage for months now. The issue that we're facing is my parents are super traditional and don't agree with us living together before marriage. I know we're both adults and can do whatever we want to do, but we don't want to lose their respect. So my boyfriend said he would talk to my dad and ask him for my hand in marriage, and also talk to him about us moving in together once we're engaged and closer to our wedding date. We had a family barbecue yesterday with both my boyfriend's parents and my parents, and my boyfriend said he would talk to my dad then. Well, guess what? He didn't. I asked him afterwards why he didn't talk to him, because he had lots of opportunities, and he basically said he'll ask him another time and that he's not in a rush, and told me to be patient. It's confusing because he's the one who brought it up and told me that he was going to talk to him so we can figure out our living situation. I then asked him if he's having second thoughts or is getting scared, but all he says is, "It's gonna be soon, please be patient." He is always talking about our future and proposing soon, or whatever that means, and making me look at houses and rings, but isn't taking the steps to make it happen. And I'm getting tired of it. I'm frustrated because I desperately want to get out of my living situation, and we've been looking at houses for a while now, and this is just delaying everything, and it's pretty frustrating not having any control in any of this. I hate my house that I currently own. I bought it off my grandparents after my grandfather passed away, and it's just old with a lot of issues in a really bad area, and I've just had a lot of bad memories in it. I've communicated this to him many times, and he knows that living in it is making me very depressed, and I just want out no matter what the cost. I stay at my boyfriend's for the majority of the time, but his apartment is so small, so I can't have any of my stuff there, and he won't give me a key to his place. I'm just going back and forth every single day, and I'm exhausted of this lifestyle. He won't give me a key because his mom has the spare, and he doesn't want to ask her for it, which doesn't make any sense. He's also been telling me that he'll be giving me a key soon for months. I have been super patient, but I'm getting really frustrated now, and I'm starting to resent him for the way he's delaying things. I thought about this, and I've waited too long for him to make a decision, and I don't think he'll be ready for a while, so I'm just gonna sell my current house and buy another one. But I feel like I would be a jerk if I didn't include him in it, as well as for not buying a home together. What should I do? I mean, if you want to sell your house and buy a new one, that is absolutely your prerogative.
So we're gonna stop. We're gonna pause that right there because, like I stated before, this particular I like listening to the whole stories on here, not reading them on Reddit. But the owner of this channel is a very like, you can tell by his responses that he hate men. So sometimes when it comes to an unbiased opinion, or should be unbiased opinion, I don't think that's I don't think he should be talking, because he clearly shows his bias. But she's not the asshole, the boyfriend is. But the issue is this, right? both of them, they're adults, right? They're adults. They want to get married. That is their prerogative. It is theirs. And asking parents and being like, "Oh, well, I want him to act," I don't want to disrespect them. Doesn't matter. Why does it matter at that point? Because this is something that you want to do with your life, and if your parents actually cared about you, they would be down with it. If they care more about traditions and like all this other stuff than your happiness, then just move on. It seems like you care more about their like their acceptance of your relationship than you actually want to have the relationship. That's on you. That's exactly on you. Let's see how his how he's gonna be. He's gonna be very derogative to the guy.
Like, you have every right to buy whatever you want to buy, especially if your boyfriend is sitting there not doing any of the things that he said he was gonna do. Like, seriously, that is so annoying, and it's pretty obvious that he is having second thoughts. Like, seriously, that's what I think is going on, at least. It seems like he really is being faced with the reality of getting married, and it's kind of freaking him out, and that's why he's dragging his feet. So I don't think you would be the jerk for getting your own house. You clearly don't like the one you're living in right now, and you would much rather live literally anywhere else. So getting out of there as soon as possible, in my opinion, wouldn't be a bad idea. And sure, he might have some kind of objection to you selling your house, but then again, if he really wanted to be involved in this process, he would have been kicking things into overdrive and getting things going. And it's also the case where he could live in this house with you as well. It would just be under your name specifically. So in my opinion, if you do decide to sell your house and buy a new one, I don't think that makes you the jerk, because your boyfriend is being very slow about all of this, and I don't blame you for trying to get out of the house that you're currently living in.
Okay. So this is what I mean, right? So he's kicking his feet around because he doesn't. I'm going to just segue to that to more sir to a conversation of my own, right? So I had this ex-girlfriend, cared about her dearly, right? And I was young as shit. Like nobody actually. Nobody in my real life knows this shit. Obviously, that's cool. But again, young love. I wanted to marry her. I did for the longest time too. If you think about it, I'm not gonna say too much information because if it gets on TikTok, which I mean already is on TikTok technically, I am on what you call it. I'm not going to give specifics because this is a very specific, um, very specific, very specific. But just know there's a reason why I wouldn't have asked her father at the time that the young age that I was. Um, nah, fam, nah, no. So I don't necessarily blame him for not being a little scared. I still think if he really wants to do it, if they're engaged and they've talked about being engaged, I feel like you should go ahead and do it. But yeah, I can understand the fear of God in somebody. Let's see, we got about 15 minutes, so what's going on, everybody? How's it going? We're going to get into this. First things first. Do I want to start? Do I want to start that right now? Yeah. First things first. Um, this is a sponsored key. I did get this for free, and now again, this is just I am not going to be like those other guys where they're gonna shit on things or whatever because I'm not by that type of person. But I'm not going to hype something up just because I got it for free. I'm just not going to do that. So, disclaimer: I did get this for free. I do a so For those who are new here, for those who are just meeting me, and or just on the TikTok side, if you're just scrolling past and you kind of know what it is, I am a now. I've been a variety streamer for a while, but now I'm a variety streamer for indie games. Mostly, I still have a few games that I will um, cover that are like AAA games, but for the most part, I am a indie gamer, like indie variety streamer. I do these things called now indie game showcase for two reasons. One, I want to put eyes on some indie games that people Jesus Christ, might not see, and just push them in there. Also, I am currently teaching myself Unreal Engine 5, so I do plan on being an indie gamer developer. So, this is actually helping me to see like what's good, what's bad, what's something I don't like, what's something that's thing like it helps me to see things because when you only been playing AAA games for your entire life, the scale of which you're saying, oh, I want to play this game, play that game, I want to make this type of game. Like your scaling is big because you only played AAA games. So the more you play, in my aspect, the more you play indie games, the more you can see how a good game can be put together with a smaller team. Maybe one or two yourself, things like that. So that's kind of why I do those things. Today we have, as you see in the title, we have Hookah Cafe Simulator, which is again, like I stated, a sponsor key that I got from Keymailer, and let's go ahead and get into it. Let me turn it on. Turn it on. Was it? Did I need to update with that? That'd be funny. Now the reason why I even apply for this type of key is because I like these type of games, right? I like these simulator games. House Flipper, PC Simulator is like a big one. I just started playing this other game called Aloft, which is a really cool ass thing. It's essentially like it's a like if you ever played Rust, right? You played Rust before. The building part of that, I think that building part, but they made a whole big ass game on it, and you can make like it's essentially a big. I don't even know how to kind of explain it. Let's see, new game. Oh, let's. Buds. It's my name first, bitch. But it's a really cool, cozy little game that you like. You can make houses and things like that, and you can also turn the um the island into like a ship. And you can just move, like you can just move the ship. That's what I want to say, like because it's all a floating island type stuff. You may have seen if you was watching this Summer's Game Fest. There was like on a Saturday. They was talking about this thing called Loft, and that was basically what you made. You can make houses, gardens and stuff like that, and you can also pilot you can like make stuff like rotors. I think the name of it. The wheel that you put on ships, basically. Put all that on a big platform, and you can just kind of move it around. All right, let's see. Let's go to the hookah shop. Oh wow. Okay. Let's check some settings. When you got two different 60 if that's cool. Bring it down to low. music can come down this way. Bring this on up. Perfect. How the hell we do that? Okay, that's too much. Let's just bring that down here a little bit. See what happens. Okay. Okay, I right off the bat, the mouse controls are pretty iffy. Alright. Let's roll. Where's the I'm gonna open up the map. Okay. Alright, so we gotta just go forward. Okay. Move out the way. Please and thank you. Move. Let's see. Can I take a nope, okay. Okay, I'm not even there. What are you talking about? Busy time. Oh, I can't. Alright. Am I just not able to get in there? What the heck is going on? I'm just dumb. Okay. Whose car is that? Is it mine? Alright. Pick up a chair, pick up a chair. Okay. Oh, T. Yeah. T to close. Okay, cool, cool. Alright. The tutorial is not necessarily that good. Alright. Workstation, okay. Open the doors. What do you mean? Is this supposed to open up or something? Like okay, pick up. Oh, they didn't say that. Okay, okay, alright. So what you were supposed to do when you get to the trash can, you were supposed to hit E so you can put it in there. It kept saying place it, like place it, but it doesn't work like that. Yep. There we go. Okay. So that's one thing that I get. Another thing that I said that needs to probably been um like brought up is that those controls are not intuitive. Like they're telling you the whole place. Like, prime example, you got F like F to drop, or you have F to hold to place. You don't know that you gotta, like, if you place it, boom, nothing there, nothing, nothing. So when you get here, you gotta hit E, and then that's when it grows up and say, hey, let's throw this on there. All right, let's clean the shop up. Let's grab this. So we're gonna be holding E a lot. Okay. Okay, that's what's up. Supposed to put it. Is it not? There we go. You gotta be kind of far away from it too, as well. So that's. So this reminds me a lot of the of Slight. You can put that down. The workstation, tobacco, milk, cooking station. Okay. Open this up. Manage employees. Okay, we're closed. All right, oil hookah. So let's order. No. Recipes. No. Shop. There we go. Oh, okay. Let's go back. No. Let's see. I'm assuming it's gonna be here. No. Okay, so that's another thing. There's no back button on that. Am I speaking right? Yeah, so there's no back button. So yeah, I mean, it's an indie game, obviously. So you have to make sure that you understand those. Where am I supposed to buy these fucking hookahs from? Manage employees. Okay. Alright. Amazon, let's go. Alright. $13. Floors. There we go. Okay. Alright. So we got what should we do? Should we do I feel like let's right now just do junior hookah. I don't have enough money for that, so alright. Order coals, okay. Got that. Alright. Alright. Take out order. Oh wait, take out order product. Okay, so it's asking me that. That's another thing too. Where is it at? Is it in here? Oh, okay. What the hell? That's cool as shit. Okay. All right. Gonna put you right over here, big homie. Yep. Yep. So the other thing right here. Motion detected. All right. Put this stuff up real quick and let's go ahead and throw those boxes away. All right. I keep doing it. I'm so used to escape is leaving them the menus or whatnot. So oh, and if you're on TikTok, I am currently also on YouTube. If you want to hit that, come hit that subscribe button, you can. If not, you know, that's also cool too. I'm not gonna be tripping about it, you know. You also want to hit that like button on the TikTok stream. That'd be cool too. Get some people to come hang out with us. All right. Let's prepare this shit here. Oh wait, did I just thought? Oh shit, it's broken. All right, prep zone. Oh, okay. First, put the hookah in the prep zones. I bet. This in here. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, bet. Okay. All right, I get it. Pick it up. Where that go now? Did I put it here? In the over tray. I'm assuming it's here. Oh no, it's right here. You should put coals in a coal pot and then place the heat them up. Okay, let's see. Do we have a heat? We don't have a heat oven. What are we talking about? Do we? Oh no, it's right there. Okay, yep. I bet. Okay. All right. That's smart. Smart. I like it. Turn it off now. Need to pick it up. Okay. Mine was not. Was my. Okay. Open the shop up. All right. We have too many buttons that do. Okay. Yep. Too many buttons that do different things. You can make double inputs. You can put more than one thing on one button and make it make sense. All right, let's see. We have any opens? Any orders? Oh, of course. What's crack-a-lackin', fam? How's it going? Oh, I bet. Let's go. Okay. See, all right. Which I won't. Oh, he got some orders over here. All right, get customers. Pick a table, just the one. Boom. Uh, y'all won't. I guess. I don't know. Shit. The hell's orders that y'all want? What did y'all say y'all want? Pick the table. Okay. Oh, tobacco milk. Okay. All right. I don't have a second table. What the hell? I can say right now, this game is not necessarily gonna be my cup of tea. And of course, low power. Yeah, it's not intuitive enough. Why am I having low power? Turn this shit on off. Y'all ass out of here. All right, so really quick. Um, I'm not trying to be funny. It's not a good game, and more so, the controls are not intuitive. They It's too many controls. They want you to do T for this, X for this. Like you can double up the controls. You can have one thing this, hold this. Like there's a lot of controls that you can do that this is particularly not necessarily going through. I'm not even sure if I want to continue to play. It has definitely I not mean to hit the wrong button on here, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. So um so we're gonna end this here for this particular thing. I think I'm going to. You want to go to Twitch and play something else? You know what? What am I doing tonight? Watching WrestleMania on the. Yep, I'm like I don't necessarily like to like leave bad reviews about things, but this is not a. Okay, I'm not gonna say. You know what? I'm sorry. That's something that was wrong. I'm not gonna say it was a bad game. I'm going to say that the controls were not intuitive, and it did not make me want to like the game. Somebody might like these type of games, but I mean this particular game, but the um, the controls for this has not felt good at all. It hasn't. I think what we're gonna do is this. I'm not sure what I want to do because I kind of want to continue to play and continue to chill, but I'm gonna play something else. And this is a sponsored thing. I have to keep this video with it. We all know how YouTube be. So I think what's gonna happen is I'm going to go ahead and just end this, open up another YouTube page. You TikTok, you won't see nothing different. We might because you're just gonna see more OBS until I close OBS. Then you'll see you won't see anything. So that's what we're gonna do. I might throw up another link in my Discord, which if you're not in Discord, my Discord is pinned to the top. We're gonna go ahead and just do that. I'm not sure what we're gonna play though. But yeah. So Hookah Cafe Simulator. Um, I don't hate you. I don't dislike the concept. I just think that the controls are very much working against the game. That's my personal opinion. That's personal for me. Somebody else might like that shit, but for me, I don't really care for it. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to end the YouTube stream and TikTok. You're cool. I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna wait for you guys. We're gonna see. We're gonna play. So I will see you guys in 20 minutes possibly.